Aye, yeah, aye. What's up? Welcome. How everybody doing today? This is Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Hump day, the middle of the week right here. And this is Every Second with Cluren Williams. Thank y'all so much for having me. And thank you so much for being here. Shout out to my production team. Shout out to my guests. Shout out to my sponsors, UPC, and everybody involved. I got a brilliant brother right here that's gonna come on today, man. He gonna kick some knowledge, man, and I want to make sure that I introduce him right. So Ted, go on, bring him in here right now, man, because we're gonna roll through this show with him. I want him on here all this whole time.
Let's do it.
All right. Go. There you go. Oh, there you go. There you go. I got my boy Bryson though. There he didn't pay back. He had a storm. He had a storm going on. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. Since y'all both back in here right now and we kicking off, we had all these technical difficulties and all this other mess going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to introduce y'all damn self, man. Being Williams show, man. What's the deal, baby?
Hey,
No
what's
doubt,
going
man.
on,
Well,
bro?
you know, it's your boy, man. It's Bryson, straight from the city, man. Austin. You know what I mean? Been putting it down out there for a long time. I do stand-up, so I'm a comedian. You know what I mean? But y'all might know me just from the city, man. Just, you know what I mean? Born and raised in Austin, dog, East Side. So, you know, we've been around. We've been around, dog, from Lanier to LBJ to Dobie to Walnut Creek to Barrington to you feel me? To all up down the road, man.
Yeah. So special thanks to Bryson Brown, man. He is doing big things. He big shout out, much love for making the show, man. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you gave me some of your time. And now introduce yourself, Victor, man. So we want to know who you are too, brother.
Hey, what's going on, man? Cluren, I greatly appreciate you having me on here, bro. It's my name is Victor Vinziant. I am a published author, a veteran, a real estate investor, vice president of operations for UPC in the Cluren area. Man, you name it. I'm aiming at being a public speaker. I am a public speaker. I'm just waiting on the public to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
fellas, we're gonna get ready to kick it and go right all the way into it, man, and roll through some of these things. Now I need to know, man, Bryson. First, I'm gonna go to you, man. Do you got any special events coming up, man, anytime soon? I know that you was here in Austin, man, doing some stand up with Bruce and on tour and everything, man. When can the people next time catch you, man, doing your thing, man? We want to know when we can catch you and run into you, brother.
Man, so right now, we gonna be at Antone's, downtown Antone's, man. That's right there on 5th. I think it's 5th and Nietzsche's or something like that, right up in that area, man. Antone's October 8th. That's a Thursday night, October 8th, man. Putting it down out there with a couple guys, man. My boy Jeff Shelley. He heavy on Instagram right now. He got a lot of characters. He gonna be headlining. I'm hosting. And then we're gonna have some more Austin comics on there, man. My boy Kid Jones. My boy Tank, you know, they do music, man. LNS, that's they little click. That I won't say little click, but that's they click. You feel me? And they doing and they putting it on, dog. So yeah, you know, nigga get mad when you say love. You know what I mean? You know, I'm from Austin though, so that's what we say. Hey, love, we say love everything, but don't mean some people don't be knowing.
All right. So we also, man, like to always give positive message, man, to our viewers, man, and our people out there, man, that's rocking with us tough. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you a personal question, Bryson. What do you take day by day, man, to keep you pushing, keep you thriving, rolling, man, and going with the punches, man? What kind of positive message can you kick out, man, to others that you use every day on a day-to-day basis, bro?
Man, so you know, right now I'm heavy trying to get my Instagram thing up, you know what I mean, with these videos. So I noticed for me, and then whoever creative doing videos, you know what I mean, don't focus so much on the numbers. I gotta tell myself that all the time. You know, we post something, we want that thing to go 100 million, you know what I mean, thousands of views right out the bat, but sometimes we gotta let that thing cook. And that's what I'm telling myself, dog. You know what I mean? It's a slow grind. This shit like a roast. You feel what I'm saying? You put that thing on and let it sit for a couple hours. And then when people eat on it, niggas gonna get full. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just putting stuff out, man, and not really paying attention to the numbers. Just continue to be consistent with what I'm doing. You feel me? With the movement.
Already. So what about your businesses? Are you stepping out into any other business into, you know what I'm saying, is you trying, different types of businesses and stuff like that, man? Because we promote black business here. We all
Yeah.
about black business. And so we would like to know if you got any other type of businesses rolling outside of the comedy.
Well, me personally, I mean, right now it's just the stand up and then the merch that I have on the side of the stand up, but everything is pretty much tied into the comedy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the merch, it's the comedy. I got the comedy albums that's out. So everything I do is pretty much tied into the comedy, bro. So I ain't really too much stressed out on no outside businesses. You know what I mean? But shit, motherfucker invest in something. Nigga got something going on. If it sound good, then we definitely throw some bread in or whatever.
Already. Okay, so uh also, man, you doing comedy, you know what I'm saying? One thing I always like to do is enjoy comedy and laughing and getting all this other aggression out by laughter, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on and throw you on the spot, man. We want to hear a joke or something, bro. Come on, man. We want to hear something, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it?
Man, nigga, Joe. Ooh, Lord,
What's
nigga,
up,
you
man?
got me. You got me doing.
You got a throwback joke, a
You
knock
got me
knock
doing.
joke,
You got me
nigga.
doing the Zoom
Can you
show,
give
nigga.
me a your mama so fat joke, something, man? What's up, baby? Give me
Man,
something.
Cluren, you been knowing me since a youngster, man. I just be talking. I just be talking shit on that mic, dog. I don't really got no
Yeah.
jokes, my nigga. This shit just be real
Ah,
life, bro. So when you come see me, man, you ain't really seeing nothing written. You know
that's
what I
all.
mean? You just like how a nigga feel at the moment, dog. Right?
Yeah,
Right
that's
now,
real
we had a little
shit.
storm. The power was off. You know what I mean? So nigga, we was in that bitch trying to figure out what we were gonna eat on if this shit wasn't getting cut back on. Probably gonna be some hot dogs. You know what I mean? Put the
That's
little
what's
light up under the hot dog, cool it off. You know what I mean? Do like this side to side to the hot dog get hot.
yeah,
Thug shit.
yeah. Yeah, but I do want to make sure, man, people go out there and support you, man. I think you're an amazing guy, man. Very funny guy, but outside of being funny, man, I think you're an amazing guy, man. And we support you, man. I want to support you, man. I've been through a lot of stuff these last few years trying to get back on
Yeah,
track, man. And
yeah.
right now, man, actually, right now, my police brutality story of the week is still with my brother. We actually going to trial right now. And
I
one thing
seen.
I know is you reached out to me, man. The initial time when my brother was shot, you never strayed away from showing your support and showing your love. So I want to give you a shout out, man, for that too, man. You always been there from day one, man. And justice for Lawrence Parrish. We're going through a 7-day trial right now, man. And
Okay.
I can't give everybody a lot of details about the trial as far as what's going on, but I can tell you the feeling, man. And it's a lot of bunch of bull crap. It's a lot of
Yeah.
bunch of lying and bickering, you know what I'm saying? And I would have assumed that we could allow more community presence in the courtroom and getting that good feeling of letting everybody know how much we
They ain't gonna
love
let it happen.
Lawrence Parrish, you know what I'm saying? But this is in federal court. The judge is an old hag. He has, the ability to shut that down, or make it
Yeah.
look bad on the case. But the facts still remain. A lot of people are interested and a lot of people are worried about what's going on. And we need to see the outcome of some type of justice. All four of these officers that shot Lawrence Parrish, man, over 12 times in his house alone, which is my brother, none of them went through a disciplinary ever.
Give them the
So they
background.
continue to make $80,000 a year
Yeah.
for the last 4 years. They come into the courtroom dressed in nice suits. They come in with these smirks on their face as if they are part of the system, and so they have the right to do whatever the hell they want. They could care less. I see officers step on the stand and they laugh and they giggle, making jokes about shooting people close range or long range as if this was just some type of mistake that everybody need to get over. While my brother is going in testifying and being traumatized and reopening the wounds that has lasted on a 4-year basis, on a continuous basis. And that's a mental trauma, that's a physical trauma, that's a spiritual trauma, that's a lot of
Right.
trauma to a person, you know what I'm saying? So one thing I do like to say though is you always been supportive with us and my family, man, since day one, and I really
Man,
like
you
that.
already know, man. But and you know what? I don't want to cut you off, Jink. Cluren. I call you Jink.
Hey,
I
you
don't
call
want
me
to cut.
GTs,
Hey, look,
whatever.
man. But you know what? I gotta salute you though, homie. You feel me? Cause we came up the same way, and I done seen your progression, real talk, boy. you know what I mean? Yeah, I done seen you used to terrorize boys out here, man. But now you calm and you about your business, bro, and you really trying to push this agenda, fam. And regardless, I don't want to say regardless, but on the side note of your brother, you've been trying to push this. You feel me? You ain't jump on this because what happened? Like this something you've been doing before this was going on, bro. So I salute you, bro. I seen your progression, bro. I seen your progression, famo. You did, and salute to you, bro. And I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do, family. You just tap in, fundraiser, you know, whatever you need a nigga to do, whatever, man. We gonna put it together, bro. And that real talk.
Already, I appreciate it. So, like I say, man, I got my boy on here, man. I appreciate you giving me some time, man. On this show, man, we talk about a lot of different topics, right, man? We don't have a specific topic, man. This is a every second thing. This is what we into. I'm gonna talk about the Longhorns for a quick second, man, because we ran through the Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying, this past week. But we got Austin Knights at Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Longhorns, man. Y'all looking good. We glad y'all took out the scrubs, man, and put in a quarterback, man, of our taste. The truth is, UT, will never see another ring unless you get another black quarterback. Okay, I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but you'll never see nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And actually, matter of fact, when I'm talking about the Longhorns, what's y'all team on here? We can go, you know, how you want to do it one by one.
Longhorns.
I already know, Bryson. So Victor, since you ain't said nothing yet, this is your opportunity to say who you riding with, because we're gonna get more into you and talking about you and what you do. But right now, I need to know who you riding with, because we already talked on the low. But go ahead.
Roll motherfucking Tide. What we talking about?
I can't look. You can't be mad at champions.
You can't get mad at none of that.
Yeah.
And I'm from Birmingham. I want to keep this in perspective. I like the way y'all had y'all little powwow, your little pep rally just then. You know what I'm saying? And y'all come over and get this country ass whooping and get skin up when y'all come to the SEC.
We about to be in the SEC in a minute.
That's enough. Hold on. Don't do us like that. Hold on now. All we want to know is who you ride with. Hold on.
Hey, I had to go ahead and put it in perspective, because we're going to get there.
Please tell us who you ride with, because he needs to go off. Go ahead and tell us who you ride with. College football.
Texas Longhorns, of course.
Okay. Oh, snap. All right. So,
but see, when I grew up, I was a Wolverine fan. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, we
I was
smashed
Michigan Wolverine.
last time we met.
Yeah.
But look, the Texas Longhorns, man, is always gonna be a little subject on my show. So I don't want nobody to feel no type of way, man. I gotta show my love to the team of my city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but we also do show love to our black authors and the books of the week. And Victor, you are a black author, not just an author, but a man of many trades. And you got some things going on. You teaching brothers how to flip houses. You jumping into real estate. You making money. You doing some big things here. And I like you to tell the world about some of these big things you're doing, how you got started. You tell us about these books too, man, because I got your book. Now I'm running through the book right now, and it's re-waking me up, sharpening me up, and get me back. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
There they go.
Hey, so
tell us about them books, brother. Tell us about yourself and them books.
All right, so the first book is called The Code, okay? And it is a blueprint to solidarity among reasonable black people. You know what I'm saying? The intent in that book is to create a soft intro conversation for all of us to hit the right frequency and talk about what's important and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we got a bunch of things that is priority for everybody, but they don't necessarily go in the same order, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is about feelings, or is it about facts? Is it about pet peeve? Is it about policy? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we confuse where our feelings should be, and we're pointing at the wrong people. You know, so that's what the first book about. The second book is The Business of Me. And I wrote this book because my first book was just an attempt to set conditions for black people to have a reference point on what it looks like to work together. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to work together, we got to put aside the things that don't fit the priority. You know what I'm saying? It might be important, but ain't necessarily priority, because everything can be important, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I already knew I was going to potentially catch some flack for the first book because in our culture, Black people don't like to follow shit that we don't know anything about the author on. So the second book, I put my face on it. The first book, I didn't because I care about a culture change and an ideological change. So I didn't want to have my face associated with it. But like the second time around, you know, when I wrote my book, I put my face on it because once people find out who I am, what I'm about, and they do whatever research they're gonna do, I want to go ahead and get in a personal biography. Basically, it was my preemptive way of telling somebody if they want to disagree with me, just go buy my book. You know what I'm saying? I'm done arguing. Now you got to pay for my opinion. Straight up.
Man, that's crazy, man. Not to cut you off, brother, but we talked already. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But we already pulled real close already, right? And you
Absolutely.
made it very clear that we was already brothers. And I
Yep.
just want to let you know and enlighten you on something that I did the exact same thing on my 2 books. I literally left my face off my books because I didn't want people who grew up with me or knew me before, which I would know would not let go of my past and would allow me to grow, right?
Yep.
They would confront me as if I was the same person, not intentionally, but just because that's who they're comfortable with.
That's what they used to.
And so I left my face off my book so that people that hated me, you know, couldn't deny the information, and people that liked me couldn't just receive the information because of me, but because of what it contained, because of what it was. And I see that you did the same thing, and that's just amazing, brother, because that's just another thing that we wind up having in contact, you know, bringing us together. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what's up, man. I appreciate it. Can you let us know, man, where your books at, man? How we can get them, man? We want to grab some of them books. I got me one already.
Man, I can be found on Amazon. I think I put the links up, and you know what I'm saying, production already put it up there. Worst case scenario, I'll put them back in the in the actual, I guess, comment thread so people can see it. I also posted this on my social media as well. So when this video gets recorded, you know what I'm saying, and we get ready to release it again, I'm gonna put all my links and everybody else's links, and we'll just have like a joint page where everybody can find every single thing that we discussed though.
All right. You got any events coming up right now? You know, coming up soon?
We're still waiting on a little bit more feedback on the UPC event center and things of that nature. So, but we got some stuff planned. We just haven't locked it down yet, and I don't want to overshoot anything. But like, I'm the VP operations in the Cluren area. We got great networks with local venues and stuff. We just had a soft opening mixer this past weekend, and I'm glad you came to participate in. So everybody can get familiar with your face in the spot. Great time. It wasn't that many people there, but the content and the energy of the place, you know, set conditions for people to come in and share, you know, because I feel like we're in a phase where I like to call it a Black Renaissance, man. We having hard conversations, accountability, whether you like it or not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I couldn't be in a better space for the time that I feel like I can contribute the most. And I really feel like, you know, like in some of the conversations that Cluren and I have had in just the past week or so, I really feel like we're one of the most educated groups of in our generation. You know what I'm saying? With compared with, you know what I'm saying, tech and experience and a will to see what our culture is supposed to become. We're really in a space where we can really pick up right where our previous leaders left off and do better. Because
And I remember what you said, you know, not to cut you off, but I remember what you said earlier when you was like, imagine our parents having the conversations that we're willing to have right now. Like, imagine them sitting down and discussing and fighting for the things that we're willing to fight about right now. Imagine them willing to have the courage to put some of the petty things aside to build like we're willing to build right now. Imagine that. And with me personally and my family, I could imagine if my father wasn't a coward, if he wasn't really a coward, but he was a coward. And so I couldn't take that, you know, away or give it to him. That's a decision that he made. And so I firmly understand and where you're coming from with that. And you know, like I say on this show, man, we like to keep it going, man. We like to keep things rolling because every second we want you guys to get something. We want you to understand something. We want you to receive something, and we want to give you a chance to educate yourself and get real resources. So I want to move forward to some of the local deaths and man, the news of the week, man. Today, man, there was another
Hold on,
school
Cluren,
shooting.
Hold on, G. I don't want to cut you off, man. I got to slide out. You know, our power just came back on. I got to get my little girl some,
Already.
some dinner. Yeah. I slid out real quick. Let me
All
get
right.
them, let me get them in the bed. You know, school tomorrow and all that. So
Already.
make a sandwich or something for the evening. All right, boy.
Hey
I
man,
appreciate
Bryce,
you.
I'm
I'm gonna
glad
jump
you
back
came
on.
out.
Tap
Bryce,
in
I
with me, bro.
appreciate you,
I
baby.
gotta come on and really sit.
All right. Much love, man. My boy, he said he had some things going on, man. The power went out and stuff, so we already knew what was going on with Bryce. But shout out to Bryce, man, coming through. If you ain't seen his stand-up comedy, man, check out his stand-up comedy, man. The boy is a fool. But like I said, man, the news of the week, man, we got another school shooting in Memphis, Tennessee, man. One victim so far in critical condition, man. For some reason, man, these school shooters then just jump back out there so fast. And in the time of COVID, man, it's just ridiculous. Shout out to Brandon Sanchez, man, my cousin, and everybody else who had lost somebody. Rash, I seen recently, you lost somebody close to you also. Um, um, I want to give a chance to introduce you also, what you do, what you do so well also. And I won't just go into what you are to me, but I also would like to just give you a chance to introduce yourself. And then if anybody, any guest here has, has a death in the low at this time, we all want to send our condolences and our love to the family and our support, man, and let them know, man, this is real, man. We think about these things all the time because we live with these things. So, Rasha, go ahead, man, and introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are.
Hey, so I'm LaRasha Washington. I go by Goddess Queen Just Me 23 on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And what I'm known for with the Goddess Queen is reading tarot cards. So that's something that our people, as far as being Black people, have been outcasted not to do, which is actually something that connects us to our source as far as when it comes to just who we are as individuals. Like Vincent was mentioning earlier, it's not a lot of people that know our background and where we really come from. And if you know where you really come from, then you are not allowing yourself to stay in this matrix that you're in. So what I do is stepping outside of the box as far as when it comes to living in an illusion that we have been made to believe about, since we were kids all the way into who we are now as adults because of our cultures that we were given and not what our true identity is. So it's a mixture of everything that I do on my channel. On top of that, I marched with you with George Floyd march back in June of 2020. So we did that together. And on top of that, me and you have been friends. When we first met each other was inside of Midtown sitting next to each other. And you had just got out of prison. So it was just like, it was like, you know how a synchronicity when it comes to, let me close this out. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay, there we go. I was like, I can't even see. All right. So when we met each other off of Midtown, so now as far as when it comes to, how long ago was that?
Oh man, what, about 7 years?
It's been a while. It's been a while. So everything that, as far as when it comes to old Rasha and how y'all mentioned, you don't want to put your face on the books because you don't want people to sit there and thinking about the old you and try to, contradict it with the new you. Fuck all that. It's meant for you to display your face, especially in the time that you are now, especially, and you being a pharaoh. So, as far as when it comes from us being in the club every weekend to going on the streets and trying to pull in people from the community, our life has changed for something that we could never imagine it being. And then on my Goddess Queen Just Me, I started that in 2018. And I end up starting off with 0 subscribers to having over 82,000 subscribers and over 90 million views off of just reading tarot cards, something that they told our people not to touch. So that's something big. And I have clients all across the world, from Europe to Australia to Africa, that have, booked personal readings with me. So it's not it's like when you have a Pharaoh's awakening, like how you have went through the Pharaoh's awakenings as far as I went through the Pharaoh's awakening, it's not something that you plan your spiritual awakening to be. I did not plan to be a tarot reader. I did not plan to step outside and be the black sheep and get outcast from my family and friends because they didn't want to, you know, listen to me, or they couldn't even understand what we've been going through, right? To sit there, even because of the brainwashing that our people have been through. So they couldn't even understand what it is that I do because they have been so tapped to not thinking that it was
I understand what you do, and I like to let you know I'm gonna give you flowers right now. I appreciate what you do, what you do for me, you know, and what you do, period. Do you got any events coming up? Do you know of or anything like that?
So outside of that, on top of that, I did something that nobody has ever did, is I got approved to run for president in 2024. So they signed my paperwork for that. So I will be campaigning in the beginning of next year to get that going on with Trump and who else? Akon is supposed to be in it, and The Rock. So I'm totally different. Like I said, I already know I'm ISIS. I put on my presidential thing on my thing that I was ISIS.
I'm riding with
they already knew that we was coming because as far as this awakening, like I told you, I do want to say this, and this changes everything for our people because again, everything that we have been learned has been manipulated and twisted. They still have documents that they have going on TikTok where there's a Bible that was a 1925 Mason Bible from the Mason Lodge, which has to do with the Freemasons, you know, all them, the Masons, that America was Egypt. And they have the Bibles of this documents of that. So if that's true, America is the United States and Jamaica and Haiti and all that stuff that's going on in Haiti. And, you know, they bringing them inside of Texas. So that changes the game. So we would no longer be African. That means that we own everything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm down, all the way down with that. Now I've been looking at this Haitian deportation, man. It's just disgusting. I talked about it on my last show. And man, it just makes me feel some kind of way. So, you know, we can just roll right into, you know, talking about some politics and talking about local stuff and statewide since then. How do you feel, since you're talking about you being approved for a candidate? How do you feel about politics right now? The world of politics. Have there any type of new, you know, rules being passed that's local or state need to watch out for? Is there something you want to kick us, man, that caught your attention?
So everything is based off of your spiritual awakening. See, this is the thing. All the candidates, as far as when it comes to politics, these are people that have been bloodlines, royalty to be inside, even Obama, right? Oh, the reason why Trump went public and said about Obama's birth certificate and all that stuff, because our black people don't remember his mom's white. That's one thing. She's European. That's totally different than the Caucasians in the United States, right? He also mentioned that his father was African. So that was Trump's way of, Trump was someone that was sly as a fox. Our people didn't understand exactly the value that Trump brought in because he was laying away and painting the picture of the illusion that they had us in. He was telling you what the Clintons was doing behind with the sex scandals. He was telling you all that stuff. So my thing as far as with politics, they've been waiting for us sleep pharaohs to wake up. They put out a whole TV series called American Gods back in 2018, where they kicked off a character called Orlando Jones because he sit there and played a role where he told the truth about the cemeteries, the funerals. You mentioned me and me losing my best friend. Thank you for saying that. But the stuff like that, as far as when it comes to us playing dummy to their system, because again, if we are Egypt, that means our people don't ever die.
So what kind of laws have risen or came up that you know of that caught your eye, local or statewide? Did you know of that maybe, you know, we should watch out for?
The laws, as far as, for example, stop giving up your land so fast. So again, they push that whole thing about with Austin about giving up, signing all this stuff. How can you sign over something that you don't even know what it is? If you are indigenous, that's when it has to start. The laws is just put up there to be dummy. It's a dummy system. If once you know who you are, you abide and you break over all laws that they set, because at that time you got your identity. You are fighting for something deeper than the laws that they got you by. They broke every law by wiping up our identity. So it changes everything. At that time, you took back the keys to everything. And I've been preaching this since 2018, and I'm going in and with it. All the laws to me, they don't pertain to me at all. Okay. I don't. They're all made there to keep you in illusion. And so, but I'm telling you about as far as when it comes to you, because I know you do something different when it comes to Austin. This is your territory, and you have a vocal of telling you what's going on with the land and the territory. You and Victor Reed and all them. Stop giving up that land, because it's a different royalty right when it comes from going from African to going to indigenous Indian. It's a totally different tax bracket.
You're right. And matter of fact, just to go and keep going on that note, we like to buy back the block at UPC. UPC is one of the sponsors, man, and and I'm a proud member of UPC. And Victor Vincent is also. Victor, this is your expertise, I should say. You know what I'm saying? But this is one thing that you gladly preach about everywhere you go. No, no matter where you at, you want the whole world to understand the value, especially our people, of owning your own land and being able to generate wealth. Could you please speak on that for a second here and let us know how you do it, how your experiences was? Matter of fact, tell us about your first sale and flip and buy, how you got introduced to it.
So, man, like my first purchase was in 2009. I bought a duplex. I was telling everybody to aim at a multifamily home first. And my first experience purchasing a property actually came with the use of my VA loan, because I used to be in the Army. I was in it for 12 years and 7 months. I had an uncle that retired, and one of the first things he told me to do with my new leverage was use my VA loan and purchase a multifamily property. I lived on one side, rented out the other. Basically lived for free for a very long time. And then later on down the line, when I got a lot more tech involved and a lot more know-how and deciding how far I wanted to go, I wound up becoming a short-term rental host, or which is Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, or whatever. I converted all my properties to short-term rentals, created a different type of market in the area where I live, and in a place that didn't have like anything like that before. I've wholesale property where you sell the contract of assignment on a property that's due to be purchased by somebody else, and you just sell your equitable value to it. That's a whole nother topic to discuss. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I got some other guys that I would definitely bring in. You know what I'm saying?
So if I want to get involved in the real estate and flipping houses and turning up and getting my money, you know what I'm saying, money. Say, man, how much money do I gotta have to come in, bro? Show me something. I'm trying to get some bread.
Oh man, like, so first thing you got to do is just put a number on it first. You know what I'm saying? So we can always work percentages and everything else on equity, but like generally speaking, if you're looking for a cheap way to get in the game and you actually like want to flip a house, I'd rather use an actual experience. You know what I'm saying? So a cheap way to get in the game is like, okay, let's say if you find a house, let me just use round numbers, right? Somebody's got a house that's beat up, run down, whatever, right? And the house is, let's just use East Austin. Y'all find one of the properties down there for like $60,000. Like, look at that feeling right there. See, you already know.
See how I shook my head like that? Like, no, bro. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Don't stop giving away our land like that. That's how they got us, bro.
So now,
Austin.
Now East Austin went from the trap that people walking around there with flip-flops on, eating snow cones in broad daylight in the same spots where the police used to pull up on a regular basis. But how it works is this. So like, let's say if you live in a rundown community, and let's just use Austin as a great example. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that came in and bought the old homes in Austin didn't spend any money that the people that live in the community couldn't put together. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
So it'll take Regis to tell it too, because he had a property that he got down there and sold it at a crazy dollar amount. And I think when he got the house, it was like 60 grand or something like that. And he resold it for almost double or something like that, which just sound pretty good in the short term, right? But like in that same area, that house that he sold, like I can't remember the dates and time, it's now worth $738,000.
Yeah, so that's how they got our people.
Yeah.
That's how they got our people.
Now, let me add on to that. As far as like our people are concerned, and when it comes down to real estate and the land, you know what I'm saying, and maintain the territory, because I treat real estate investment like the dirt, and you cannot win the fight unless you own the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You can't control the fight if you don't seize the territory. The territory in this fight that we live in is real estate. You know what I'm saying? So if you give your land away, you're basically loading your oppressor's weapon for him and telling them to point it back at you. You know what I'm saying? So like you sell it to them, they raise the price and they kick you out. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't have a problem with gentrification unless we participate in it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the word gentrification has become like that language where it's like, oh, white people done bought everything that black people own. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But real talk,
it worked both ways.
But black people need to participate in gentrification also, so we can create some leverage elsewhere. So, but to your point, getting in, hey, it just depends on what the market is in the area at the time.
Already. Well, you know, one thing.
So wait, Cluren. See, he mentioned something. So he mentioned that, like how he said that our people can't, how they're giving away the stuff, right? So if they're not told what the value of this land and who they really are, how can they not, like, they're giving away. They have been brainwashed to think that Africa was everything. But again, in the Bible that they close to their hip, it tell them the land of milk and honey. And when you say the land of milk and honey, that's the United States. They come over here for a reason, right? So now it's like you been completely brainwashed. They got you struggling in your own shit. You giving up your own shit because you don't know what it is, because you over there thinking Wakanda is the shit when Wakanda ain't nothing compared to what's in the United States. So my thing is like, it's like we have to reteach our people. If people gonna sit there and be at them property things, you need to sit there and be telling them people what they giving up. And if our people don't know what they giving up, then they gonna sit there and sell out for everything. That's how we continue to be a product of the system.
Right. We
don't know our education of where we come from.
Sold out a lot. We done sold out a lot. And one thing is you're totally right. We have sold out a lot. And I hate that about us, man. We so quick to sell out instead of preserve, right? So my next question is what's some self-help tips that we could use to get started, where we can go? Matter of fact, what is your position in the Urban Power Connection anyway?
Okay, so I'm the VP of operations up here in the Cluren area. And part of that is doing like community outreach, creating a vocal conversation and a dialogue like we got right now. And it needs to come from, you know what I'm saying, a credible spot, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And based on the fact that, you know, like you and I talked before on extensive basis about everything, right? Like you and I represent two sides of the coin of 1 foot in the street and 1 foot out. And a lot of people don't recognize this about vets. We was almost you. You see what I'm saying? I almost had a resume like yours, you know? And you almost had a resume like mine. But like one thing we got to recognize in this country as Black people, number one, you're in a fight. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to speak more to what LaRasha was just saying about people not knowing the value of the land that they own. I'm not catering to that bullshit anymore because there's too much internet out here to choose to be ignorant. Okay. If you can go online and look up what Jada Pinkett ate the last 2 weeks, it's not my responsibility to teach you how much your house worth if you renting and you fucking off in the neighborhood anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of, so for me, I look at it like, if you don't make an individual decision about where you want your family to be in the future, there's a whole lot of things I can't talk to you about. You see what I'm saying? If you can't make a decision about putting your legacy in the forefront about how your name gonna get remembered
There's a lot of things about real estate I can't expect you to understand. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Because
I'm not giving. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
But see, that's where
Let me finish.
that's where
Let
you
me
also
finish.
taking part of.
Please, let me finish. I'm not done. Okay. What I'm saying is that people make choices every day to be as ignorant as they want to be.
Yeah.
Because just like people will click on YouTube and go find their favorite artist and who they want to look at, talk to, be like, put, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind of hairstyle, what kind of style of dress they want to have, where they choose to associate what their money is valued on. That's not my responsibility
But what's some
completely.
self-help tips that people can use? What are some self-help tips that you use that can help us get into the habit of saving money, building wealth? What are some of the tools you use? What's some self-help tools? Something that we ain't got to look on the internet to find.
The self-help tools I use, I would just go back and look at videos of redlining. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look at videos of redlining, it'll show you when Black veterans came back from World War II with plenty enough money to go move into affluent white communities, and they wouldn't let them move in based on their race. You know what I'm saying? So if you understood what redlining is, it really does just narrow the box where they tell Black people you're going to stay here and based on your income. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason I have the stance that I have is that we've all been privy to the same information. We've all known somebody in our community that has had some sort of restriction. And I'm only speaking for my journey. I can't come in, I can't speak to who the people you know, you know what I'm saying? But I've been talking to the same community. My community up here gets it. You know what I'm saying? They recognize that we in a fight. And so like,
so LaRasha, what you shaking your head up there for? I see
Because
you
he
shaking
can't
your head.
say.
But go on, say what you got to say. Get off your chest.
Okay, the only reason why I'm saying I'm shaking my head, like I told you, I chose instead of me going out in the community and pushing community and staying local, I chose to go on a platform of YouTube where I knew back in 2018, like he said, when our people was more on the petty energy and they was worried about the celebrities and all that stuff, I chose to go another way and educating myself. Like he said, there's free will. But on top of that, there's so much more that keeps our people down-minded that it does not allow our people to even grasp this education that these people gave them that was not originally our education. You got to remember that. So these people are not going to sit there and take time when they are educated to go out there and get these hoes, these bitches, and pull the fastest lick. They ain't worried about property and stuff. So you saying take accountability, but what I'm saying is you saying take accountability. You already have that background of that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's a different way of you already in that door. You're in a different platform than what Cluren is doing. He can't go do what you can with the land and educate them people and make sure that they understand the terminology. That's where somebody that's like y'all that have to step up for that. That's how you build.
That's what's going on too.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to touch on that, what you said, that's what's going on. What I see, and that's why I got him on here. Because that's what he's doing. He's going around and he's educating people and getting them on to not just flipping houses, not just that, but actually being able to benefit from having a quality life. Do you guys have any intuition on the mental health stance? What about mental health? What do you think? Is mental health playing a major role in our community when it comes to ability to have quality life? I feel as if me personally, mental health is a big thing, not just in my life, but in other people's life. And I say that because I recognize my mental health and my ability to be healthy, I think that my awareness helps me point out other mental health people. And so what do you guys think about mental health? What is the toll of mental health in your life? Like, where do you set it up at? Like, is it something that you think about all the time? Are you working on it? Do you think it's playing a problem in our community? I think mental health is playing a role in everything. The rappers, everything. I think they're all mental health issues. And so I just like to have you guys input on that, because this is something that we talk about on the show. We also talk about eating healthy. We also talk about living long. and you got to eat right to live long. And
And I'm
so,
glad you mentioned that. I'm glad
well,
you
then
talked about eat
give me
right.
your take. Give me your take on
So,
mental
again, you saying eat right, right? So,
Yes.
y'all both, I want to just hear y'all say yes or nay, because I see how, Vincent, I don't know your age range. As for me, I'm getting ready to be 40 next year. So, Cluren is a little bit younger than me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, when I went to church, I remember in the Bible, they told us not to eat things that had hooves and bottom feeders. And then when they created the New Testament, they told them you could eat it and pray over it. Okay. So you remember the Bible.
If I'm starving, I got the right to eat whatever. Eat what you kill.
But you
Kill
gotta
what you
remember,
eat.
so
I don't give
you
a
said
damn.
that you
When you
said
get
that you Indian,
hungry,
right?
that's
said
why
that-
it was in the Bible like that, because them fools was hungry. And everybody
No.
ain't got time to play them games when there's
But
hunger pains. So you ain't been hungry before. So you
But
ain't
this
been
is
hungry.
how
That's
they
how
got
that
our
is.
people though.
When you
We eating the
hungry,
pork.
you will eat anything and damn near anybody if you hungry enough. So therefore, I'm pretty sure the people that prayed over that pig was hungry and they needed some type of meat. And just like the rest of them people that were following Moses in the desert, they cussed Moses out because he wasn't giving them no meat.
That is
So,
not
man,
how that
okay,
went,
you done
Corinne.
brought us out here to kill us in this desert. Now let's walk a fork.
I lost him. I lost his
Yeah, I
audio.
lost it too. He over there talking crazy.
Yeah, he going through it too. Like he gonna get it all out.
He don't like the fact that I said you got to take out the hooves.
Well,
the hooves is the pork. Our
well,
people, the pork is bad for our people. That's the reason why.
I ain't say
That's
it
the
wasn't.
first thing that take our people
I
down.
ain't saying it was. All I'm saying is I ain't saying that I eats the pork and stuff all the time. All I'm saying is, sometimes, it's all right depending on the situation. If you super hungry, I don't think nobody is gonna argue with you for eating whatever is available.
But you asked the question. You said what to do to get on this healthy trip. So remember when you first met me, I was 263 pounds. I'm
Right.
183 now. So what I did was when I went to my spiritual, when they got me going in my spiritual thing, I removed myself. When I found out that pork was what pork is another race.
Yeah. All right. You right. I ain't knocking you. I ain't knocking you.
So that
But
you're not supposed
I
to be
agree with
eating
you.
it. And then the bottom feeders, as far as when it comes to crab, shrimp, lobster, crawfish, catfish, all that is tied to Atlantis. So again, if you're Egypt, you are what? Atlantis, baby. So you eating your own what?
Boo-boo.
You eating your own kind, because that is
Remember,
you're eating your own kind. You're eating your own kind.
No, you're
That's
right.
the reason why they gave it to you, because they didn't know who you were. It's in the Bible. That's the reason why remember, the Bible is made up off of the Malta laws, which is if you were Pharaoh, which is the Malta laws, which is the where the 10 Commandments came off of the Malta laws. They have 44 Malta laws, right?
Well, then
42 Malta laws.
Tell me this then. What do you eat healthy that you suggest other people should eat? Because for somebody to look so amazing now and go through that type of journey, and maybe I suggest you might be still on that journey.
Yeah, I don't eat pork. I ain't eat pork in over 6 years.
Well, what do you eat?
It's been a while.
Because I'm getting offended about my pork. I like pork chops. We're not about to keep going talking down on
I'm
no
putting
pork
bacon on my burger.
on this
I don't
show.
care what's popping.
I need to know what
Yeah,
you
straight
do
up.
eat, though. I need to know what you do eat, though.
I'm wrapping bacon around shrimp, asparagus. Bacon is getting on something. I might tie it in a boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, hey,
But we
I
gotta talk healthy food, though.
See,
We gotta
this
talk.
is where they got
We gotta talk
you.
healthy
Y'all
food.
know that
That's all I'm
gummy
at.
worms. Y'all know that gummy worms is bacon, right?
No, I didn't know that.
No, I don't eat gummy
you know
worms.
that
I get the
saying
real
that they
bacon.
say it's like giving kids candy. So
I ain't
this is
never
the reason
put.
why they have Halloween and stuff. So bacon, gummy worms, and all that stuff that y'all eat is the back of pig fat.
So can we give out bacon for Halloween?
You're not
Yeah,
supposed to be
might
eating
well.
that stuff.
I just said give it out.
Well,
It
I
makes
tell
you
you this.
cannibals. Okay,
We
so
don't.
like for real, let's think about it for real. So if Cluren, you just agreed earlier with me, if it's another species, right? So if you're eating that other species, it's making you already become a cannibal for that other species. You
Yeah.
are already at war with them people already, and then you're eating them.
Yeah, you're right though. And
So
truth
if you go more off of a 3D reality and you go on your spiritual warfare that they told your ass not to pay attention to because they got you in the matrix of religion. So you over there losing all types of battles. Do you see what I'm saying?
You're right. And that's why I say we like to, eat. No, all jokes aside, we gotta stop eating that junk food, the pig, all that stuff, man. We gotta get rid of that crap, so that we can be prepared for what's going on. Because I don't see things getting no better. Not that.
Never
That's just
will.
my opinion. You know what I'm
We in a
saying?
dome. It
And
ain't
so
gonna get better.
we have to have the longevity also in there.
We're in a fight.
And then we also have to get ready to start learning science and technology. We're gonna get ready to get up off here. I see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Scotty! Life is a dream.